This is my Whole30 skillet chicken piccata, and it is one of my family favorites, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it. Let's go. Okay, so the recipe calls for chicken cutlets. So if you can find chicken cutlets, buy them already cut just to save time. But if you can't, get some chicken breasts and you can just butterfly them by... Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. I put my hand on the top and I'm just going to make a cut right through the chicken, open it like a book, and then just separate the two. Okay, my chicken is all salt and peppered. I've got some arrowroot starch flour right here, and I'm gonna do about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of that in here. And I'm going to take my chicken and just lightly dust it on both sides. Now, you don't want it caked on because then it'll make your chicken slimy. So you'll see that it's just nice and lightly coated on there. And you're gonna do that with all of the breasts and just set them on a plate until they're all done. Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of oil, avocado or olive is fine, in this skillet over medium-high heat, and I am going to, in batches, brown both sides of the chicken cutlets until they're 3 to 5 minutes a piece of chicken. And I'm going to do this in 2 batches because I don't want to overcrowd the pan so that they get nice and crisp on each side. Just like that. See, this first batch is nice and brown, and I am going to, if I can grab it, wow, put it on a plate on the side, and then do the second batch. And if your skillet needs more oil, and if it's all dried up, add more. I have a ballerini skillet, and I know you guys are going to ask about it. It does not dry up because it's the best skillet in the world. Over there, I turn this down to medium-low heat. I'm going to drop a tablespoon of ghee in there, if it'll get off my fingers. And I'm going to let that melt, and I'm going to saute up 2 cloves of minced garlic. Okay, while that's sauteing, I just have 1.5 cups of chicken broth, and I've added a tablespoon of the arrowroot starch and whisked it until it's dissolved in there. And now I'm going to pour it in with the sauteed garlic. So I've sliced up a lemon real thin and removed the seeds, and I'm just adding the lemon to the sauce. Excuse my kids. And nestle it all back into the sauce, and I'm gonna let it simmer and cook until the chicken is cooked through and super tender. And I usually do that for like 20 or 30 minutes. So the last thing you're gonna do is add capers, and you can add as many as you want. I did about 2 tablespoons, but if you're not as into them, you could do 1 or you could do 3. And then you can see it's just lightly simmering. That's about where you want it, and you're gonna cover it and let it cook for 20 or 30. Okay, here's the finished product, and you can see how rich and creamy that gravy is. This is one of my favorite go-tos of all time. It is a winner chicken dinner, and you can swipe up for the full recipe.